Oh my gosh. I don't know that anybody's actually watching this at this point because I've had to reconnect and connect like 15 times, and it's really hasn't gone well at all. Just gonna say, StreamYard sucks. Um, yeah, I'm still not connected to everything that I want to be connected to. Not connected the way they promise I'm going to be connected. Very frustrating. The internet for sure. So, probably had something to do with like Mercury, Mars. So, how's everybody doing? Is anyone watching? Anyone listening? um, so, you know, want to say that there's a stellium in Aries this week. So, I first want to apologize that we haven't been on. We have had um, a very long list of challenges, one after another, and we're doing the best we can. Of course, we've bought a house and we moved to New York. There's good things that are happening, but also things that are making it extra hard to like do anything. Um, and at the same time, the astrology is really intense, in case you haven't noticed. There's a stellium in Aries, so I don't know where your Aries is, but mine's in my sixth house of day to day life and health. So, hi, Kayla. Hi, Kayla. I know you keep saying hoping to connect. You know what? Me too. um, so I'm hoping to connect too. Um, hoping to connect to Facebook because I haven't been able to connect. So I just barely got myself live on one page. So, you know, I've been working at it for the last 45 minutes. It's Kayla, it's not your it's I would love for it to be on all of the platforms like it's supposed to be. Um, since I'm paying for software that does that, but it has not done that, and that's very frustrating, right? So, um, and I have emailed StreamYard, so and I have managed to get on 2 out of 5 8 Facebook pages, and I'm on YouTube. I don't know why I can't get on. I'm rebooted, start over. I don't know. So, anyway, back to what's important and why I'm here. So, so this week in astrology, you know, there's a lot going on in Aries right now. And right now, my attitude is reflecting that, and I'm aware of it. Um, frustrating, um, blocking movement, change, um, and just general overall, like frustration, like just um, not feeling it in the frustration department. Mercury is traveling through Aries along with Mars, Neptune, Saturn, and eventually the moon. So we'll be taking a look at that, and So I just want to say that first of all, what you'll notice is if we look at right now, currently Mars just entered, I think it was yesterday. Mars entered Aries. Yeah, pretty sure it was yesterday. And that's not exactly going to feel great, you know. It just probably depends on where your Aries is in your chart. Now, I can show you here. Let me give you a little share. And okay. So, yep. Okay, you can see it there. So you can see Aries here is over here. It's Neptune. So you see, this is what Aries looks like. It looks like the little, it's usually red and it kind of looks like ram horns or something. Okay, you can see that right here. So you want to look for that. Where does it, what house does it begin? So these are your houses of your chart, right? And see how Leo, this is the Leo sign. It kicks off chart house 11. So Leo rules the 11th house, okay? Even though Virgo starts, they only go to 30 degrees, but Virgo doesn't start the 12th house until 7 degrees Virgo, right? So you want to see where Leo rules. What house does it rule for you? Oh, nobody can stream on Facebook right now. Oh, well, that's kind of sucky. Kayla, what do you think that's about? Is it just recent? Is it just today or what? Um, yeah, that's kind of pain in the butt, huh? I've got two. It says I've got two out of like five done. So I guess I should be grateful that I'm able to do it, huh? Is that what you're telling me? I should be grateful. Hollis, you should be grateful. um, you think it's an update? Maybe. Maybe. Anyway, um, okay. So, okay. Uh, all right. So, what I'm what I'm noticing is that all that Mars energy at once is going to just overwhelm most of us. And how oh, well, thanks for letting me know that, Kayla. Thank you letting me know it's not just me. Oh my god, cuz you're like, "What is going on?" Right? Okay, anyway. I tried to broadcast like 6 times. Maybe more than that, 15 times. I don't know, a lot of times. Anyway, so with all this Aries energy, you're going to feel like it's kind of like, ah, you're going to kind of feel like frustration. You're going to feel like urgency. You're going to feel like, I got to get going. I got to get this done. Um, you're going to feel a sense of moving, go, take action, do something about it. It's sort of like going to be asking you a lot, well, what are you going to do about that? Well, what are you going to do about that now? And things of that nature. So if you find yourself doing that, and it could be about whatever house Aries rules for you. So if it rules your house of health, it might be asking you about that. If it's in your um your seventh house, then that's going to be about relationships. Like, and it could be any relationships, not just love. It could be like, friendships or work relationships or siblings or anything like that. It could be in your house of home, meaning that you better get something done around your home, or you better, whatever it is, it's going to be pushing you to feel a sense of urgency, a sense of I got to get this done. And that's Aries energy. And it could be a little on the frustrating side, especially depending on your own placements. I know for me and for anyone born in 1975, in or around there, you probably it's opposite your Pluto. So that's going to create a level of like feeling frustration, feeling like maybe you're transforming and maybe you're going back and forth, usually in opposition with a planet, meaning it's directly opposite in the chart. So if you have Pluto in Libra, which you were probably if you were born in 1975, um then it's you're going to feel it. If you have anything else around 8 degrees Libra or 8 degrees in any of the fire signs, it will be if you have anything in the fire signs, it's going to probably feel great. But if you have it in a different like certain other signs, it could be just look around and see if you have anything around 8 degrees, because most of these are sort of crossing each other's track around 8 degrees. And so it's probably going to probably be a little uncomfortable. Okay, so that means that the um just that you're going to probably notice a level of feeling like frustrated, feeling like maybe you can't move on, maybe you're trying to go forward but you can't, or like you feel like you're kind of plugging your head up on a wall, or like you can't move forward, or any of those kinds of things. So um and I think with all this Aries energy, it really is important to make sure, just to kind of make sure that you try to take it slow. Try to just now. I just spent the last hour trying to go live on Facebook, right? I just told you that. And it's frustrating. And it's frustrating when technology doesn't work. I'm sure you could all identify with that. And then you can't get it to go, you can't get it to go, you can't get it to go. And then, you got to take a deep breath. I don't even know how many deep breaths I took, but I'm still taking them, as you can hear. Just, um, you know, and there's a lot going on for us. Bright Hawk's not able to be live with me. She's just super overwhelmed with getting our Airbnb. She's okay. Everything's all right. She's just super overwhelmed with getting our Airbnb going, and there's only so much I can help her with because of my heart. So I'm also um, dealing with that. It's hard to live with the condition that I live with, called HCM. You can look it up if you want. And the sixth house is for me is ruled by Aries. And that's the house of health and day-to-day life. But I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to make the best of it, and I hope you are too. Um, and I hope that you are able to find your way through any troubles that might be coming up. I know some people might be really struggling in a lot of different ways, and there's a lot going on for a lot of people. There's a war. Um, the price of gas is, I think we're almost at double now. It's almost doubled in price, just about, or real close to that. Um, and a lot of people are really scared. And you should be. Um, I'm just going to say it's not easy times. And I'm just going to say this is what we said back in, in February, in March, in January last year. I said, when we get to this point, and now Uranus is about to enter Gemini in a couple weeks, I don't think it's going to get easier. This month is pretty intense, my friends. This is it. This is going to be a really intense month. Okay. Now, for some people, they might be having a really great time, or they might be really taking action and really doing a lot of great things and making huge improvements. And to some degree, that's even happening here in my life. And there's also some challenging things happening, so might be kind of a mixture. And I think that it's just I think most of us are probably at the very least overwhelmed. How's everybody feeling out there? How's it going right now? This Aries energy, it's a lot. It's a lot, isn't it? I know it's a lot, you guys. So, I just want to suggest that you do everything you can to take a deep breath, try to find calm moments. This morning, the simplest things really made my day, like getting a shower, like getting a nice, hot, long shower and not stopping for anything other than I was done. Um, and I think just feeling, just allowing things. Sorry, there's somebody talking really loud outside. Um, and then, just trying to allow things. Just allow things to unfold. Know that this will end. It won't be forever. Um, Hopefully we'll all be okay. Um, and I'm sure some of us will have a hard time and some of us will just be okay. It depends on your chart. It depends on what's in Aries. Do you have any planets in Aries? And just even if you have a lot of planets and there's all these planets moving over top of it, it doesn't mean that you're gonna I don't know, die or something. I mean, lots of people have all kinds of things in Aries, and it just means you're probably gonna have a lot of changes. Probably be a completely different person at the end of this whole thing. But change is good sometimes. Says the person that's been in a tornado of change since last year. So, I just invite you to speak your mind, ask any questions. If you want me to look at your astrology chart, it's a good idea to put your birthday up there. Or if I have your chart, let me know what your name is so I can look it up. And take a deep breath. All right, Kayla. Kayla's giving me her birthday. I'm going to look it up here real quick. Thanks for tuning in, Kayla. Thanks for doing this with me. I haven't been able to tune in, and people are probably not used to tuning in. Usually they tune in at 7, but I was so, having so much trouble with Facebook that I didn't even get to go on my certain time, and that's kind of frustrating. So then I have no chance in getting um my normal viewers. So I'm glad you're here. And all right, let's take a look. Um, ah, whew, Kayla. Kayla, how's it going? You struggling with some internal stuff? Maybe with your kids or a romantic relationship, probably. Um, so this is your astrology chart, Kayla. Um, yeah, I bet you are. So see how your Aries is right here? You see it right there? See it right here? See it? That is where everything is right now. And Mercury's gonna jam up on there this week. I wouldn't be surprised if you got in a fight, maybe with your lover. That fifth house there is the house of like love, relationships, fun, children. Could be all of those things or any one of those things. And since Mars is retrograde, it makes me think about, are you self-sabotaging? Are you Oh, and it's in opposition to your sun right here. See this? Remember I said anything at 8 degrees, especially 8 degrees Libra? Here it is. So it's going to be happening. Your Mars is opposite your sun. And so there's probably going to be times that you're going to be super codependent. Hopefully you know what that means. That means when you overgive, overdo for somebody else. Yeah, it's both kids and yeah. And then so what you want to be careful of, Kayla, well, don't be, I mean, the thing is here is that sometimes these things happen, so the relationship will break. I mean, if it's meant to break, it's going to break. You know what I mean? So, so some part of me is like, well, Kayla, the thing is that with Mars opposite your sun like that, and all of the stuff moving past there, everything being opposite your sun, it's gonna push you. It's gonna push you um around who's around you, who influences you, and how you feel about that. And you may not be feeling like you want to keep overgiving. Maybe you usually overgive and you're kind of like, I'm sick and tired of giving too much. If you're feeling like that, probably has a lot to do with Saturn visiting your stuff, you know? Yeah, I bet you do that now. And you're overdoing, overgiving, like doing things for your lover, your kids or whatever. Um so so Kayla, it makes me think that, sorry guys, it's been a long day. So it makes me think that with Mars opposite your sun like that, that this week's going to be a little bit intense for you. It's also going to trigger also the new this week is going to be hard. It's just going to be hard for you. I'm sorry. It's going to be hard regarding money. It's going to be hard regarding um your relationships, other people's money, your shadow, your values. And I think it's on purpose. And I think you would be silly to ignore if you feel like you need to end a relationship or you need to, well, try not to see it as bad, Kayla. Try to see it as a time. I mean, I'm not exactly having the best of time over here, am I? Okay. I'm, I can't even, I'm having medical things that I can't even talk about right now. Okay. So if I was you, Kayla, I would consider that what's happening now is meant to push you in a different direction, especially the rest of this month, next week and the week after. Because what's going to happen is Uranus is going to enter Gemini, and you're going to have to change major things. So instead of just like, oh, woe is me, this is really shitty, don't do that. Try to feel into what the universe wants you to do. What action should you be taking? What do you need to change? What do you need to transform, especially around relationships, shadow, money, other people's money, over giving, overdoing, codependency, children, love and relationships? All of that's going to have to change and shift, Kayla. And so the best thing you could do is take a little time to sit with it. Try not to do anything rash. Try not to just go off half cocked. But also at the same time, I would also suggest that you take the time to think about it, because the universe, okay, have you ever done shadow work, Kayla? Um like um you know, shadow, the parts of you that you're not real proud of. Does that make sense? The parts of you that, like, why do I do that? Why do I always do that? Um, okay. Well, maybe it's time for you to find out what it's about. Everybody should do shadow work on a regular, Kayla. In fact, if you join my Patreon, I have an entire teaching about shadow work on in the Patreon as part of being a paid member of the Patreon. And you can, and I have a video on it, and usually it's about recognizing the parts of you that you're not exactly proud of, um that you would like to change, that you would like to adjust, that you would like to not have rule your life. um, Usually we're not real proud of them. Usually it's not something we go around talking about. Usually we hide it from other people, but it usually is referred to as your shadow. And shadow rules the eighth house, and you can see here that your moon is in Gemini and that the eighth house is ruled by Gemini. Shadow is also other things that you don't want to talk about, such as sex, death, and taxes. So it could also have to do with all of those things. Okay. So that's pretty much that's what I mean by shadow. And then so you can see this sort of red square. It's being triggered. And you're just in the beginning steps of it now, Kayla. Okay? So that's what's going on. Good luck. I do private readings. If you join Mystics Academy, you can get a coupon for those readings. Okay. Sammy says my Aries is in the sixth house too. And boy, have I been questioning all my daily routines, trying to wait it out and not make rash decisions. That is really good, Sammy. But also, I would say to listen. It is time to take action on things, though. Don't um don't put things off completely. I would say at least wait 24 hours. Like, I had an email I had to send a doctor, right? And I don't want to come off as a crazy person, right? So I was like, let me think about it. So I waited like 48 hours before I sent the email. Okay. So that's an example of waiting. It doesn't mean I don't do it during this time. It just means that I think about it first. Right? Right, Sammy? Like, you don't want to, yeah. So that would be one suggestion that I have. Um, I would also just say to make sure you're coming from an authentic place, regardless of any decisions that any of you might have to make in this time, to make sure that you are making decisions to the best of your ability in a good way, taking your time making those decisions. Don't overextend yourself, don't overdo it. Um, so, any other questions? Anyone else want me to look at their chart or ask any other questions about the forecast this week? There is a new moon this week. I'm going to try to return to doing a forecast and stuff next week. I'm going to try to do a forecast next week to the best of my ability. Um, but anyway, there is I think the moon is void. Um okay. Looks like nobody else has any other questions. Yeah, it looks like the moon will be in there, but it will be void. I think the biggest challenge is just the jam up in Aries energy. I think we're all going to be okay. Unfortunately, it could mean that the war might amp up a bit, especially with Saturn in Aries right now. We could also probably get some sort of fake information, if you will, or not get all the information, things of that nature. Anyway, I hope that you all have an okay time, and I hope that everything's okay for you. I wish you all the best. I'm going to try to do this next week, but of course, I'll try to do it on time again, even though I tried to do it on time this time, but it just didn't work out. It's 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock Eastern time. I will also try to release a full forecast next week, but I wanted to pop on and let you all know what was going on with me and what's going on with the stars. So I wish you all the best, and I hope that you're able to navigate this time with as much ease and grace as possible. All right, everyone. Good night.